Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jai Hind, Namaskar. So I hope मैं आप सबको properly audible और visible हूँ. Good morning, and I welcome you all to this daily editorial analysis session. So I hope all of you are doing well. You are writing answers also. Good morning. Okay. So I welcome you all to this session, and we are going to start the editorial discussion. So let us see the topics which we are having and the syllabus of it. The first topic which we could not discuss last day, it is about AI, women and agriculture. This is one topic which we could not discuss last day, so we are going to discuss it here. Second topic will be India as a global power. This will be the second topic which we are going to discuss. Then the third topic is going to be about protest and democracy. That what is the place of protest in a democracy, why it should be there, or how it is strengthening the democracy. That is something which we are going to look into. Okay. So yes, I am quite good, and I hope that all of you are also doing well. Your preparation is also going on fine. So let's start with this. The first topic is about this AI only. Okay. The topic is about this, that how we are going to use the AI, or what is the potential of AI for agriculture, and especially for women who are involved in agriculture. So this is one part which we have to see. In case of Hindi medium students, we are having classes in the evening at 6 p.m. So Hindi medium classes in the evening at 6 p.m. So let's see this. So we are having this one topic, the next test for India, India's informal women worker. So see, when we talk about agriculture in India, when we are talking about agriculture in India, what we see that how much participation is there of women. Okay. If we talk about women, 82% of working women are engaged in agriculture. Look at this. What we see, 82% of working women are involved in agriculture. %82 of working women, they are involved in agriculture. Okay. Sorry, they are involved in informal sector. They are involved in informal sector. They are involved in informal sector as per ILO, International Labor Organization. Okay. And what we see that in case of India also, what we see that if we are talking about women, around 76.9% rural women, they are engaged in agriculture. Around 76.9% of rural women they are engaged in agriculture. This is as per periodic labor force survey of 2023-24. What we see, these are the two figures which we have to keep in mind. Around 82% of women in India, they are involved in informal sector, and in the rural areas, around 76.9% of women are engaged in agriculture. So we see that a very high proportion of women are engaged in agriculture. Now what we see, आवाज नहीं आ रही है. I think it is properly audible to everyone. Oh, it's Guru Purnima today, so yes, wish you all a very happy Guru Purnima. I think I am properly audible to everyone. Yeah, I think it's audible. Yeah, it's audible. Again, now what we see here, that this is one of the fact which we have to keep in mind. Now, what is the proposition? What is the proposition that there should be integration of AI in agriculture? Integration of AI in agriculture. That we should go for integration of AI in agriculture. This is one such thing which is being advocated in the present times. Okay, that we should integrate AI in agriculture. We should integrate AI in agriculture. Now, what we see that when we are talking about integration of AI in agriculture, why it is being advocated? Why it is being advocated? Why? Because we see that it helps in precision farming. It helps in precision farming. That the farmers are precisely choosing the crops, precisely choosing the fertilizers, precisely choosing the seeds. So it helps in precision farming, which can help to boost the productivity of the crops. So first thing is about the precision farming. The second part is that we are also having crop health advisories. We are having crop health advisories with help of AI. Crop health advisories. We are also having input optimization. Input optimization. And at the same time, there can be a better market access. So AI can ensure all these things. AI can ensure all these things, that we need to have an integration of AI in our agriculture. That is one side of the story. Why we should go for AI? It can help in precision farming. Ultimately, this can help to boost agriculture. It will help to boost agricultural productivity and profitability. It will help in raising the income of farmers. It will help in raising the income of farmers, and this is also going to build resilience in the rural economy. This is also going to help build resilience in the rural economy. That ultimately it is going to benefit the rural economy, and when this will benefit the rural economy, it will benefit the nation. That why we should go for AI integration in agriculture? This will help in precision farming. This will help in crop health advisory, input optimization, better market access. And this is going to help in boosting the agricultural productivity and profitability. It will help in raising the income of farmers. It will build resilience in the rural economy, and ultimately it will help in realizing the goal of ease of living. Realizing the goal of ease of living. So this is something which is going to help in realizing the goal of ease of living in the future. So this is something which we look here, that it is being proposed that we should go for AI integration in the agriculture. We should go for AI integration in the agriculture. But now here, just look at this one figure, that around 76.9% of rural women engaged with agriculture. So what is the main idea here? Okay, that if we are going for this, that women or gender impact, or you can say that gender responsive AI should be preferred. what we see that gender responsive AI should be preferred if we are going for integration of AI in agriculture. Why? You can see we are having 76.9% of rural women who are engaged with agriculture. So if we are going to add AI in agriculture, it must be gender responsive, it must be gender friendly or gender neutral. So that is one of the idea. Now, how we can make sure, how AI can become gender friendly or responsive. How this AI can become gender friendly or responsive? How we can ensure this? So tell me, how we can make sure? How we can make sure that it is gender friendly? So here we can look at this one thing, that first thing that we should have, it should be having a decentralized approach, or it should be having the idea about different locations. Okay, so it should be having awareness about geographical context. It should have awareness with respect to socio-political context, of the region. It should have awareness with respect to socio-economic conditions of different regions. It should have accessibility in local languages. It should be having adequate privacy safeguards. So if we want to make a AI system, which is responsive, or which is something which is real for India, we have to make sure that AI has to look into all these factors. Okay, AI have to look into all these factors, how it can become gender friendly in agriculture, especially. Here we are talking about with respect to in agriculture. Like in agriculture, if we want to integrate AI, so what should be the key factors which must be kept in mind? What should be the key factor which must be kept in mind? Okay, so that is one of the part we have to get. It has to be awareness about the geographical context, like the soil moisture, market, etc. It should be having awareness with respect to the socio-political context of the region. It should have awareness, because you cannot deviate away from reality. In India, in various regions, we have different socio-political context, different level of empowerment for women. Okay, so it varies across the country. It is not the same throughout the country. So if an AI system has to be truly integrated with agriculture, it should be aware about that socio-political context of the region. Okay, So this is one of the part which we have to keep in mind, that how this AI can become gender friendly or responsive. That is the second part. Now, at the same time, we have an example. We are having an example. Okay. We are having this one example. What we see here, that there is a farmer.chat. There is an AI tool. There is an AI tool that is farmer.chat. Okay. Now, what we see, this has been conducted across 12 states. It has been conducted across 12 states. What we see here, that when we are talking about this, around 61% women, they have reported, improved quality of life within 45 days. Within the 45 days. Okay. So what we see that, like, women's engagement was 2 to 3 times more than men. So women are ready to adopt technology. They are ready to adopt new technology. So we see that it is something, this shows that women, the AI adoption, this is higher among women. This is higher among women. This is higher among women if there is local language, if local language is being used. Okay. If we see that it is something where there is like, it is local relevance is there, locally relevant material. So in this context, we see that AI adoption is higher among women if there is use of local language, if there is locally relevant material provided by AI. So in that scenario, we see that there is improvement, or there is higher adoption of AI by women in India as compared to men. So we see that we are looking at a scenario where we are going to integrate AI in agriculture. Now, if we truly want to integrate AI in agriculture, we have to make sure that it is gender responsive, gender friendly. And for doing this, we have to amend our AI system. We have to look at the socio-political context, the socio-economic condition, the geographical conditions, the local language access. Okay. So these are the things which are required. Okay. These are the things which are required with respect to AI. Okay. So on the basis of it, there will be a question also. At the end of the session, I will be giving you this question. Discuss the potential of AI in transforming women-led agriculture in India. Highlight the existing challenges. Okay. So you have to see certain challenges also. Okay. Like, if we are going for this, there are certain challenges which we must keep in mind. Challenges. The first challenge is, of course, the digital illiteracy. Digital illiteracy. Second challenge is land ownership. Less than 15% with female. AI tools. They are not accessibility in local language. So similarly, we'll see that there are certain challenges which are existing with respect to adoption of AI. Okay. हाँ sir, how can AI be used in agriculture in real time? There can be one of the thing. First thing is we can use it for deciding which crops will be more suitable. We can also use to see this that if we are using AI, we can use it to detect presence of any disease in a crop. There are so many applications nowadays which can be used to scan the crops. By scanning the crops, they can give the idea whether there is a lack of moisture, there is a lack of any such nutrient, or there is some disease. So they can give idea about it. AI can also make the farmers aware about the market conditions, whether it is going to increase in the future or decrease in the future. So it can give a consolidated result for them. Mains test is only for those who have given means those who are qualified in prelims this year. The mains mock test is only for those people who have qualified in the prelims this year. ये लोग सर्वे करने कौन से विलेज जाते हैं? Yes, that's a good question. कौन से विलेज में गए थे सर्वे करने? So this is the first topic. Now coming to the second one. Okay. The second topic is about this, that India, is it becoming a great power or is it simply a powerful country? Yes, I got your message, Rishabh, that where they have gone to take the sample, I am not aware about it, where they have gone for it. But they have conducted it across 12 states. Maybe your state is not into that part. Okay. So now let's come to the next part. Okay. There is a context of this. Is India going to be a superpower? Is India going to be a superpower? So what do you think? Let me ask you this question first. What do you think? Is India going to be a superpower? What do you think about this? Are we going to become a superpower? No. Either no se start. Tell me about this. Is India going to become? Yes, sir, but it may take a longer period of time. Okay. No or in yes. Okay, some people are saying yes, some people are saying no. So let's look at this. If we talk about the present times, if we talk about present, what we see that India is a country in transition. India is a country in transition. We are not a very powerful nation yet. We are not a very powerful nation yet. What we see that we have the potential. If we talk about the potential, you can see this one thing. If we are talking about the potential, you can see this one thing, that we are having continental scale geography. We are having a continental scale geography. We are having a continental scale geography. We are having world's largest population. We are having world's largest population. What we also see that we have nuclear weapon capability. We have got the nuclear weapon capability. We also see that we have got like right now we are the 6th largest economy, but you know that India is in fact the 4th largest economy, because you know that we are going to surpass Japan and Germany in the future, and UK also. So although 6th largest, okay, we are the 6th largest economy, and we are going to become 3rd largest in future, 3rd largest in near future. We are going to become the 3rd largest in the near future. Now, this is one of the part that we have the potential. We have the potential. But if we talk about what makes a great power, what makes a great power? Like if we talk about this, what actually makes a great power? What makes a great power? What makes a country great power? First of all, that country should have industrial strength. That country should have industrial strength. That country should have technological leadership. It should have technological leadership. It should have military capability. It should have military capability, including the nuclear weapon. Including the nuclear weapons. Okay. It should have capability. It should have capability to project power beyond national boundaries. That it should have capability to project power beyond the national boundaries. Okay. It should have ability to influence war and peace. Ability to influence war and peace. Okay. So what we see that to across multiple regions. Across multiple regions. Across multiple regions. Okay. So what we see that there is a multiple dimension. There is a multiple dimension which is associated with what makes a country a great power. It should have industrial strength. It should have technological leadership, military capability, capability to project power beyond national boundaries, ability to influence war and peace across multiple regions, and plus at the same time, it should have a strong presence in global organizations. Okay. A strong presence, or you can say leadership in global organizations. Now, if we evaluate India as per this, if we are trying to evaluate India as per this scenario, where do we stand? Okay. If we are evaluating India with respect to this, okay, let us evaluate India as per this. Okay. let's say let's evaluate India's performance. Let us evaluate India's performance on these. Okay. If we are talking about industrial strength, do you think our industry is one of the superpowers? Do you think that our industry is one of the superpowers? Do you think that our industry is in a very good state? Okay. So our manufacturing base, it has not become global yet. Okay. Not a global player yet. We see that we are not a global player yet. We are not a global player yet. This is the first part. Technological leadership. This is something which is largely missing. This is something which is largely missing. Military capability. We see that still here we have dependence. We still have dependence on import of weapons. We have dependence on import of weapons. Okay. Now, the next thing is, do we have the capability to project beyond national boundaries? Do we have this ability to influence war and peace across multiple regions? And do we have a strong presence in or leadership in global organizations? We see that we are not having a permanent seat in UNSC, position in IMF. Our position in IMF not very strong. So we see that our position in IMF is not very strong. Our seat in this UNSC, we are not having a permanent seat over there. Okay. So we see that if we are evaluating across these factors, then we see that we are missing on a huge number. We are missing in a significant manner. If we talk about comparison with global power, if we talk about the comparison, see, if we talk about Indian economy, it is roughly across 4 trillion. If we talk about China, this one is roughly across 20 trillion. If we are talking about United States, it is roughly around 31 trillion. So the thing is, of course, we are going to become the third largest economy. We are going to become the third largest economy in future. There is no such deviation from that. It may take 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, but we are going to be there. We are going to become the third largest economy. But the leap from there, from being a third largest economy to second or first, is it something which is possible? Okay. So we will remain we will be a third largest economy. We are going to become a third largest economy, but then how we are going to surpass it? How we are going to go to the second largest economy? How we are going to become the largest economy of the world? Okay. So we see that one of the major thing is that we are having the potential to become a powerful country, but not the very much powerful country, not a great power. We have the capability to become a powerful country as of now, but becoming a great power, the one which can decide the world geopolitics, that is a challenging aspect. Okay. So what we see, what are our main challenges? One of the major challenges, lack of skilled youth population. We have a lack of a skilled youth population. One of the major drawback is we are not having a youth population. Okay. We are having slower productivity growth. We are having a slower productivity growth. We are having a slower productivity growth. We are adopter of technology rather than developer. Innovation culture is very weak. Our innovation culture is very much weak. Okay. We have inadequate investment in science and technology. We have got inadequate investment in science and technology. We also see that, like, the structural reforms in economy is lagging. We see that our country is having the potential. Now, let me give you one example. See, right now, it may see that if we are looking at this number, it may be like a distant dream. It may be a distant dream. If you look at this, here the figure is 4 trillion, here it is 20 trillion, here is 31 trillion. So it may see that it is not possible, at least for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Okay. It may happen that if China is disintegrating or US is disintegrating or collapsing, then we might be able to catch up. Okay. But if all of them are growing, then in that scenario, it's like something which is challenging for us to become among the superpowers. Now the thing is that if we are looking at this, there is an example of milk revolution in India. We have been able to overcome not just one or two countries, we have been able to overcome US also. In case of this milk revolution, we have been able to overcome US also. We have become the largest producer of milk and dairy products. So by having that Operation Flood or this milk revolution, we have been able to defeat the most powerful countries of the world. Those who were having greater area also, those who were having greater cattle number also, we have been able to defeat them, even though our productivity of the milk is still not very high, but we have been able to defeat them. So it's not an impossible target. But then we need a similar reform like the one with respect to the milk in India, and how we have been able to overcome this. So a similar level of reform is also required here. Think about this. UPI is one such reform. UPI is having the largest volume of transactions worldwide. UPI is having the largest volume of transactions worldwide, and that too within 10 years. That too within 10 years, we are having the highest volume of transactions globally. So how it has been possible? How we have been able to create such a large digital economy? It is about such innovation. It is about such a reform which can ensure that it is a easier adoption of the technology. We need to invest in those technologies which can find the solution for the people. So see, in India, we were having a huge problem. Like suppose you are going to any shopkeeper, you are having the problem of cash, you are not having the coins, you are not having a small denominations of rupee. It used to be a challenge. But with the help of UPI, it has become so much easier. So there was a problem which was existing with many people. That sometimes they're forgetting the cash, sometimes they're not having smaller denominations. So it was a problem which was actually existing. But the digital transformation have enabled this. So this is something which is what we need. Okay. Is it skill mismatch? Yes. Is it necessary to become largest economy in order to become superpower? No. It's not just that we have to be largest economy. We have to get all these things. We have to get an industrial strength, technological leadership, military capability to project power beyond national boundaries, ability to influence war and peace across multiple regions, a strong presence or leadership in global organization. These all things are required. See, Japan is also there, Germany is also there, but they are not even aspiring to be a global power. They do not have that ambition to become a global power. But from the beginning itself, India has this ambition to become a superpower. We have the ambition of it from the very beginning of the time of the independence itself. Okay. Why do new course launch date? See, I have told you multiple times, I am not having any such date confirmation about this. I cannot confirm you the date. Why do developed cities like Bangalore, Mumbai and Delhi still experience severe flooding despite huge budgets? Acha, this is not related to our topic. Na? If we go like that, then it will become a challenge. We will not be able to complete the ongoing topics. Okay. In future, if we are having a topic on flooding in cities in editorial, we will cover that. Okay. Now, coming to the third part, street protest. Okay, so there are two arguments here. When we are talking about a street protests. When we are talking about the street protests. Okay. There are two different sides of it. There is one side which says that it is something which is a key component of a constitutional democracy. It is something which is a key component of constitutional democracy. On the other side, it is saying that it is creating a unnecessary pressure on democratic institutions. So there are two sides of it. One side says that this is one of the key component of constitutional democracy. Second side says that it is creating a unnecessary pressure on the parliamentary system. Okay. So what do you think? if we are talking about this one topic, okay, so what do you think? Is it creating a pressure on the democratic institution, or is it a key component? Okay. Those who are opposing it, they say that 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 parliament parliament is the right place to discuss matters of public importance. It is being said that parliament is the right place to discuss matters of public importance. Okay. That if there is any issue, if there is any such thing, we have a representative democracy. India is having India is having representative democracy. India is having a representative democracy. India is having a representative democracy. So the people's representative, they should be raising the voice. They should be raising the voice in the parliament with respect to matters of public importance. Okay. They should be raising the voice with respect to public importance. On the other side, it is being also said that when we are talking about the protests, it is being also argued that it is a legitimate democratic method of expressing public opinion. It is a legitimate democratic method of expressing public opinion. It is also a fundamental right. It is also a fundamental right under Article 19 of the Constitution. It is also a fundamental right under Article 19 of the Constitution. Okay. There is also one thing which is being said that if there is an issue which is not being resolved by parliament, then people should go to judiciary. Okay. It is also being said that the people always have a choice. The people have a choice of going to judiciary in case they are not satisfied, with parliament or executive. Okay. But here we see that in India, judicial system is not very efficient, We have more than 5 crore cases pending. We have more than 5 crore cases pending in judiciary. And at the same time, some matters require urgent reform. Some matters require urgent reforms. Then, at the same time, many of the protests are demand a policy. Many of the protests demand a policy change, which is not under the part of judiciary. Okay. So what we see that many protests demand policy change, which is not under the capacity of judiciary. So many protests demand policy change. Many protests demand the policy change which is not under the capacity of judiciary. Okay. So this is one of the part. Then it is also being said that when we are talking about India, we see that there is another thing which is being advocated, that it is also being said that elections are one of the most important tool for grievance redressal, government change, or ensuring accountability. There is one of the argument that people should instead wait for elections, that if elections come you can go for, then you can go for changing the government. By changing the government again you can get the policy change and everything. So you should wait for elections. But on the other side, what we see that in a democracy, protest is something which brings transformation in the democratic institution. Okay. What we see that protests are a way of transforming or reforming democratic institutions. That they are a way of transforming or reforming the democratic institutions. We have multiple examples. Example, RTI Act. This was also due to people's movement. It was also due to people's movement. We have the Lokpal, again due to people's movement. We see that there have been multiple such reform in the country with respect to the people movement. And most recently, we have the bill related to exams. Okay. So we have the recent bills also related to the exam, which is an example of the people's protest. Okay. So there is this one thing, that there is another argument that protest can become a source of this can become a source of challenge or a mass mob. It can lead to a mobocracy. Okay. That it can give rise to mobcracy. Okay. It can give rise to mobcracy. Okay. So what we see that there is also one argument that protest or public movement can lead to a situation of mobcracy. Mobcracy. Okay. That instead of democracy, it can become a mobcracy. But what we see that across the world, across the world, only legitimate demand gets huge public support. And what we see that democracy is always about discussion and deliberation. Okay. Democracy is always about discussion and deliberation. So I think now you are having a good number of points. Suppose if you are getting a question on this, that why there should be a protest or why there should not be a protest, I think now you are having both sides of it. अब आपके पास दोनों साइड है इसका, ठीक है. अब आपके पास इसका दोनों साइड है, that how a protest is useful also and what are the oppositions to a protest also. तो आपके पास इसके दोनों साइड की स्टोरी है. So should the Supreme Court frame uniform national guidelines on managing protest? Inform national guideline on managing protest. That is a question which requires multi-stakeholder discussion and deliberation. Okay. So this is one of the part which we see. Yes, please ask your question. इस बार किसी ने मच्छर बोल दिया. So now there will be a Machhar Janata Party also. Yeah, please Nilu, you can ask the question now. After this, we are going to discuss the questions. See, on the basis of today's discussion, we have two questions. India possesses the size, strategic importance, and ambitions of a major power, but struggles with the resolve to reform. In this context, highlight the key challenges for emergence of India as a global power, suggest measures. So this is the second question which we are having with respect to India, and the first topic with respect to AI in agriculture. ये दोनों आंसर लिख सकते हैं. अभी जेन नहीं, I belong to the previous generation, Gen Y, millennials. Gen Z have a age limit of 96 plus, 96 onwards, no? So they have a maximum age of 30 years now. Gen Z are reaching up to an age of 30 years. So no, I am not in Gen Z. Okay. Gen Y. सभी इंसेक्ट के नाम से सब पार्टी लॉन्च करेगी. आई हैव ऑल्सो वन प्रपोजिशन. वी कैन हैव another party. Okay, which insect is my favorite? Girgit party. Their anti-defection will not apply. We will have a Girgit party, Girgit Janata Party. Their anti-defection will not apply. You can easily change the political party. 1997 to 2012, no? So they are reaching around the age of 29. Okay, so Gen Z are also 29 years old now. Girgit party, yes. So now let's come to the first part. In the age of AI, India needs an employment first economic strategy. Discuss. Okay. So we are having this one question. We are having this one question. In the age of AI, India needs an employment first economic strategy. This was one question which we have discussed last day. खून चूसने वाली पार्टी तो वो तो मच्छर पार्टी हो ही गई ना. Now, so let's come to this one part. In the age of AI, India needs an employment first economic strategy. How many of you have written this answer? You have written? Okay. So let's see this one thing. In the age of AI, India needs an employment first economic strategy. Since the keyword here is employment, I will suggest you to have some PLFS data. Okay. You can start the introduction with PLFS data on unemployment. You can have this PLFS data on unemployment. This is one part which you can do. Okay. PLFS data on unemployment, that is one thing which you should be doing. Okay. Then, in the age of AI, India needs an employment first economic strategy. Okay. India needs an employment first economic strategy. So, what you can see, first point can be the new changes in Indian economy. Here you can mention about automation. Here you can mention about AI, use of AI. Okay. Here you can mention about that how we are having automation in case of industries. Okay. Automation in case of industries. We are having AI in service sector. We see that there is also use of robotics and 3D printing in manufacturing, in the manufacturing sector. We see that machines, they are replacing humans in industry as well as agriculture. Focus is shifting from labor intensive to capital intensive industry. Focus shifting from labor intensive to capital intensive. That we see that there are new changes in the Indian economy. Okay. But at the same time, what should be our priority? Okay. Okay. India need to focus on what? We need to focus on creating new jobs. We need to focus on creating new jobs because we have 1.5 billion population. We need to focus on skilling. There can be a component of re-skilling and upskilling. You can give example, we can have AI integration in education. So rather than replacing humans, AI can be used to supplement humans. Okay. So we need AI training. We need AI training or AI education. We need AI education, and AI should some AI should supplement AI should supplement rather replace humans. So this is how you can mention that what India needs. Then after giving 4 or 5 points, after that you can make a flow chart. You can make a flow chart where you can give the government steps. You can give the government steps in this area of flow chart. You can make a flow chart where you can mention what government steps has been taken in the recent times. Okay. And at the end of this, like you can mention about the Pradhan Mantri Kausal Vikas Yojana, you can mention about this national education policy which talks about AI inclusion. So you can give steps what has been taken. IITs are offering free online courses of AI certification. So you can mention all these steps what has been done in India with respect to enhancing the skills of our labor. Okay. And then at the end of the session, you can mention about this one thing, that as India is progressing towards Viksit Bharat by 2047 with the ideal of ease of living, India needs to augment its human capital with AI technology. Okay. So this can be one of your conclusion, that as India progresses towards the goal of Viksit Bharat, as India progresses towards Viksit Bharat by 2047 with a goal of ease of living, India must supplement its, or India must empower its human capital with AI tools. Okay. So we are not replacing AI, we are not moving away from AI, rather than that we are integrating AI with the human capital. Okay. So this is one thing which you can write in the conclusion. Start with the PLFS data, highlight the issues which are there, the new changes in Indian economy. Then you should write what should be our focus. Then this part, that what is the government step. And as you move to the conclusion, you can mention about this, that as India moves towards Viksit Bharat by 2047 with the goal of ease of living, India must empower its human capital with AI tools. Okay. So I hope that's clear. I hope it's clear. मोहम्मद अफजल खान, पहले ये बताओ, आपने 5 दिन क्लास अटेंड किया है? Have you attended all the 5 sessions plus at the same time? On Saturday and Sunday, if you look at the newspapers, on Saturday and Sunday, the editorials are not about any such syllabus related issues. On Saturday, Sunday, we'll find that the editorials which are there, they are about open ideas and everything. They are not related to the syllabus. Okay. So that is one thing which you have to keep in mind, that why we are not having session on Saturday, Sunday. On Saturday, Sunday, the topics which are there in the editorial, they are out of your syllabus. They are sometimes talking about movies, sometimes talking about other issues. So is it important for your exam? There is another question, PLFS, Periodic Labor Force Survey. Periodic Labor Force Survey, वो डेटा जारी होता है कि कितने परसेंट एम्प्लॉयड हैं, कितने परसेंट अनएम्प्लॉयड हैं. तो पटना में ओपन मॉक टेस्ट नहीं हो रहा है, क्यों? क्यों का जवाब मैं कैसे दूं? देयर इज ऑप्शन ऑफ ऑनलाइन. Yes, please ask. See, I know, Nilu, that there is a problem with respect to excessive comments in the Hindi channel. But the thing is, this is something which is an open platform. If it is a, like, suppose a closed platform where it is the classes on the app, in that situation, what we see that we can control it. But on an open platform, it's very much difficult to control it. So that is one of the challenging issue. Okay. And I have tried it multiple times, but the thing is, there will always be some people who are doing this. So that will be all for today. Let's meet then tomorrow. I have given you 2 questions also to write. Discuss the potential of AI in transforming women-led agriculture in India. Highlight the existing challenges. Second thing is about India. Highlight the key challenges for emergence of India as a global power. Suggest measures. कोई बात नहीं. You have to ignore it and then you have to focus on your word. That is the one part. Okay. No, it will not come in exam unknown, so don't worry. So thank you much. Thank you everyone. Let's meet then tomorrow and then we will meet again and discuss new editorials. Thank you. Wish you all a very happy Guru Purnima. Thank you. Take care. All the best.